Hey y'all, what's up? Jamie, that's me here. Welcome back to my channel. Okay, if you're a new subscriber or a long-time subscriber, then hey, babe. And if you're not a new subscriber or a long-time subscriber, then you already know what to do. Go ahead and hit that subscription button. Okay. So guys, this is the first day of the new year. So happy new year to everyone. Okay, I hope that we all have a happy, prosperous, and healthy new year. Okay, so listen, I put on my community wall a show, Bridgerton. I just posted a photo of it, and you guys were like, hey, are you gonna do a review on it? And a lot of you guys wanted to get the review. So here we are, all right? I'm gonna do the review. I've already seen the full season, but now I'm going back watching each episode again, and it's worthy of so. And I am going to be reviewing each episode. So before I go into the review, I wanna give you guys a little bit of background about it. The show is on Netflix, as you all know. It was executively produced by Shonda Rhimes and her company, Shondaland. If you guys don't know Shonda Rhimes, she is the creator of Scandal, Grey's Anatomy, How to Get Away with Murder, so many other great shows as you have seen on ABC and maybe in other areas. So now she's on Netflix and she decided to do this adaptation of a book. So I'm going to give you guys just a brief little, background on it. So it says Bridgerton is an adaptation of mostly the first book in a successful series of 8 Regency romance novels by Julia Quinn. Taking place in the early part of the 19th century, the books follow the 8 siblings in the Bridgerton family. So there are 4 boys and 4 girls as they seek the loves of their lives, okay? And in this season, it's primarily focused on Daphne Bridgerton, okay? And somewhat of her brother, Anthony Bridgerton. So we're gonna go ahead and get into the review. Hold on, let me put a disclaimer out there, y'all. This is my first time, okay, reviewing a show like this, okay? Anything from Netflix, number 1. And number 2, this is like a 19th century, back in the day, old school, whatever. So I'm gonna do my best, okay, to cover this, all right, for you guys, but let's just go ahead and get into it. So we're first introduced to Lady Farrington and her 3 daughters, okay? Everybody's trying to get themselves together so that they can go before the queen to present themselves, because this is the season where the young ladies are likely to be chosen as a wife, and that's extremely important to them. That's all they really know. You know, growing up is that, girl, I'm supposed to grow up. I'm supposed to be a wife. I'm supposed to have these kids. And that's just what I'm doing. All right. So they have been, I feel like bred, if that's the best term, to get to this space where they can go be chosen or whatever and go off into the sunset and have these babies. So they have to go before the queen, and the queen pretty much, like, she can tell who the ladies are that are likely going to be married for sure. That, you know, in that season. So we see Lady Featherton. We see Lady Featherton and her 3 daughters trying to get their lives together, okay? Choking themselves, trying to tie on a corset, all right? So then you also have Lady Bridgerton and her 8 kids, and who is of age now to go off and be presented to the queen and enter the whole gala season or whatever to be chosen is Daphne. Now we do learn that Daphne has a brother, Anthony. He's the oldest brother. He's one of the ones that's not married, okay? But he is a Lord Bridgerton. He took on the leadership, the man role, okay? He heads the household after the passing of their father. So now he is in charge. He has a lot of say, okay? What he has to say holds a lot of weight with his family, and I ain't really been feeling that too much. Now, they getting ready to head off to this, I'm gonna say it's a ball. It's not called a ball. I'm not really sure what it's called, but they headed off to meet the queen, okay? And they looking for Anthony. Anthony over here screwing it down, honey, on a tree with his girl. All right, some girl that's an opera singer, and they reveal who she is later on, you know, in the episode or whatever. But he got this girl, he over there smashing. We gonna get on them because, I mean, I got tired of them. But anywho, he arrives just in time as she begins to enter into the doors to go and be presented in front of the queen. And thank God he was there, you know. First, the Lady Farrington and her daughters go up, and the queen was not impressed at all. She was like, get them out in front of me, set them away, okay? She was not impressed at all. And next thing you know, we see a Lady Daphne coming in there looking as good as she wants to look, looking as poised as she wants to be. Walking down, the queen sees her, grabs her chin, lifts her face, and says, flawless, my dear. I was like, ooh, how can I talk like that? Okay, how can I need to take some classes or something so that I could talk like they talk. Okay, hello, come here, girl. I don't know. I be sounding like I'm probably Mexican from New Orleans. I be having every accent, but the accent I'm be over here trying to have. So I'm gonna have to work on that English one. Okay, but moving on. Now, when the queen gives her stamp of approval, saying, "Girl, flawless, my dear." Okay, she sit back down on her throne, honey. All right, and her door, and you know, Daphne a little shook because she's like, "Oh my God, mama, did this just happen, girl?" Her mama was like, "Girl, you need to calm down, honey, okay? Because these people is watching you. All right, get it together." She lifts herself back up, all right, and she proceeds to go on about her way. All right, so when Lady Whistledown, now Lady Whistledown is the voice that we hear narrating throughout the entire season. Don't nobody know who Lady Whistledown is, but Lady Whistledown be everybody's business, honey. She be all around here, okay? She be all in the streets, all right? That was Gossip Girl. She knew what was going on, honey. She said, y'all may not know me, but I definitely know you. And that's all that you need to be concerned about. So she would send out these daily or weekly, I would say journals. I can't think of or papers. That's what I say. So she'll send out these papers to people, and you know, pretty much that's the gossip around town. She knew what everybody's business was, so it really wasn't no point in you trying to hide anything because she already knew about it, and it was gonna get out anyway. Okay. So when Lady Whistledown heard that, or learned, because she probably was in the room, okay? So when Lady Whistledown learned that Daphne got the stamp of approval from the queen, she made sure to put in her notes and send it out to everybody that the woman to watch, okay, is going to be Daphne. Daphne, all eyes is on her, all the men's is going to be on her, and she is one of the ladies that is most likely to get married during this season. So we also are introduced to Eloise Bridgerton, which is one of the younger sisters to Miss Daphne. Now, Eloise don't care nothing about that marriage stuff. She ain't trying to get married for real. She feel like it's more to life than just being out here being married, having somebody child, and that's all to life, and she can't go off and explore life as she wishes and as she feels. So she ain't really featuring this. So she over there kind of like messing with her sister and joking with her sister about it. But Daphne, that's all she knows. So she ain't really trying to hear no jokes. She over there like, girl, listen, if I get married, then that's better for y'all. Y'all got better opportunities. If I go ahead and I get married in the first season, it's kind of like the draft pick or something like that. Okay, girl, is you gonna go first round, second round? Daphne like, girl, I'm trying to be in the first round, period. And if I can go in the first round, then honey, y'all got better chances too, girl. So I mean, it is what it is, and it ain't changing over here, honey. I'm happy. Now, y'all know Lady Whistledown to sit down her paperwork, and she done told everybody who's who, what's gonna happen, what it's gonna be, what's up, what's on. I said with me. And so Lady Featherton, she gets a hold of it, and she's like, oh girl, she pressed, she's feeling away, she jealous because her daughters were pretty much dismissed in front of the queen and not likely to get married during this season. So she says, I'm sure Lady Bridgerton is one of the people that is Lady Whistledown that's writing all of this news, you know, highlighting her daughter in such a fashion. And I'm like, girl, go ahead, honey. You just mad. You just bad. So her good girlfriend over there, so she sat down with her good Judy, and she just talking to her like, girl, listen, all right, my husband has one of his family members that's coming over. You know, her dad died or whatever. And so, yeah, we gotta take her in. We gotta take pity on her and give her a new life, because you know she's one of those people. She ain't really got it like we got. And then her friend is like, "Ooh, girl, there's a lot of competition in this house. So it's gonna be four girls that you're gonna have to try and hurry up and get married off. Ooh, honey, girl, that's a lot, you know." And then here goes Lady Fairy Tale. I said, girl, she probably not even that cute. I'm paraphrasing like a mother, okay? This is not exactly what these people said. For anybody that's new to my channel, okay? She's like, girl, she's not even that cute. We gotta hope that her beauty stands up to what my girls got. And that's just on P. So next thing you know, you see Lady Thompson, which is Marina, which happens to be the cousin. All right, their cousin. So she comes in, and Penelope, like, everybody's just stunned. They just look at her like, oh my God, she's beautiful. Yeah, and I'm over here looking at the screen like, what was it? What was that you was talking about, girl? Oh, okay, then, yeah, exactly. That's what we thought, honey, okay? So when Miss Marina Thompson comes in, she is a biracial woman. She is simply gorgeous, okay? Very respectful. She's like, hello, Lady Feathington, and she just do her little thing or whatever. I was like, okay, girl, we see you. You cute. Lady Featherington, first of all, that's a lot to say, so I may just start referring to her as Lady F, okay? Lady F, just to highlight real quick, she has 3 daughters, all right? But the first 2, we really not gonna hear them have too many lines or talk too much, because the focus should really be on the youngest daughter, which is Penelope, and they also call her Pen. Now, Pen isn't the ideal woman because she's a bit shorter, and during that time, she's a bit shorter, and she's a little stout. Okay, so she has a crush on one of the Bridgerton boys, which happens to be Colin or whatever, but she doesn't really want to even be a part of this whole season of being chosen to go off and be married because I think she thinks she's not going to get chosen. I think she has her confidence issues or whatever. And then, not to mention, even though she's probably a grown woman in her 30s, okay, real life. But on the show, to me, it looks like she's playing like a dang 14, 15-year-old. And I'm sitting up here like, girl, y'all was marrying y'all daughters off at this time, at this age. I can't deal. I can't deal. Okay, I'm like, ooh, that's what a whole, ooh, girl, don't let me go down pedophile road because that's just a lot. Like, that's just so awkward to me. So awkward to me. Okay, this little girl, like your mama rushing to get you married and you probably like 14, 15. I don't think they mentioned, or at least I didn't catch, but like I said, I'm watching the season over again. I did not catch her age. So in my head, that's how old I'm looking at her. You got 2 older sisters. They probably 19, 18 or something. Or they probably 18, 17 or 17, 16. But you Miss Penn, you definitely younger than 16. And I was really pressed about that, but let's move on. Now we're introduced to the handsome Duke Hastings, okay? First name Simon, all right? So Simon coming there riding on his horse. You know, he's a black man, just, you know, giddy up. Just riding on his horse or whatever. So he's headed to Lady Danbury's house. Now, mind you, his father has passed away, which is why he came into town, because he wants to get some of his affairs in order or whatever. So Lady Danbury is at the house. She meets him. You know, they have small talk. She's like, I'm so sorry to hear about your dad or whatever like that. He was like, oh, yeah, so sorry. She's like, boy, don't play. You ain't even like your daddy like that or whatever. She was like, but anywho, listen, I'm having this ball. I'm doing this cute little thing at my house. And he was like, oh, girl, I ain't even trying to go. And she's like, I hear you, I understand that, but I'm really not taking no for an answer. So he's like, all right, fine, I'll go. But the reason he really doesn't want to go is because he has no desire of ever marrying, okay? And we'll learn why later on, but he has no desire of ever marrying, and he just likes his life the way it is, okay? I don't even know if it was so much of him wanting to be, not wanting to be swarmed by all of the ladies and their daughters approaching him. I think it was just that he enjoys a quiet, low-key life. He didn't even want the title that he got. He just happened to inherit the title once his father passed on. I think he would be perfectly fine if he was never a dude, you know? But now that he is, it's like, okay, it is what it is. I'll take the title. I'll take the position. This is cool. This is cute. But if you think that I'm gonna marry somebody, I'm not. I'll knock them down and smash them down all day. Okay, but I ain't trying to marry him. All right, that's what y'all need to call these men out here. They be ready. They be trying to smash, but ain't trying to lock you down. You know what? I can't even say that. I was gonna say call him a duke, but I feel like that's too much of a compliment. Okay, they're more like an Anthony. All right. They're more like him, but we'll get into his story in the opera singer later. But let's move on. So Anthony, speaking of Anthony, and the young lady's name is Sienna, okay? And he pulls up on her because she's rehearsing her opera or whatever. And you know what they smash. So let me just go and do this spoiler alert real quick because it's already pissing me off as I think about it. They're going to do a lot of smashing this season, and it irked my nerves so much, especially to know that he didn't want SHI nor T with her. Okay, for real, to the last minute, but we'll get into that. So he pulls up, smashes on her or whatever, gets ready to grab his stuff and go, and she wants him to stay, and he was like, well, I can't stay because I gotta be there for my sister. I gotta go to the ball. And she was getting a little jealous, feeling like, oh, well, you know, that's good for your sister because she always has you. And basically, I guess Sienna was feeling like she don't have nobody. So he was like, well, I'll always protect you or whatever. Okay, so girl, good night, goodbye. And he leaves because he got to go and be there for his sister like he said. And the ball that they're heading to is the Lady Danbury's ball. And this is where they're going to meet a lot of the suitors. They're going to see, not meet because they probably are familiar with them in the town, but they're going to see a lot of the suitors, all right, at this party. All right, so they get to this ball, right? Daphne walks in, breathtaking, okay? Breathtaking, all right? She's in there. She's looking as good as she wants to look. All eyes are on her. While all eyes are on her, Anthony got all his eyes on all the men, okay? Some young man, Lord Ambrose, approaches her, trying to have a conversation, and Anthony immediately SHI'd on him, started talking about his debts and stuff, and the man was like, oh, honey, I'm going to go ahead and go because he put my business out here in the streets. So he leaves. Okay, and the sister is looking a little taken back, like, what the hell is this, okay? And when she was about to check him on it, her little brother Colin walked up and started talking about his tour that he's gonna do in Greece. So, but you know, while he was telling them about him wanting to go to Greece, he ended up seeing Marina Thompson, and she was breathtaking. So once he saw that, he ended up going over to the floor to dance. So he could get in the circle, so he can kind of get closer to her. Now, mind you, when all this was going on, you saw Lady Featherton, okay, upstairs with her two homegirls being messy, talking down on the people downstairs and talking about Miss Marina and stuff like that, like she wasn't that girl, all right? And the ladies is over there like, she cute though, all right? And then they had to let her know, girl, but look who entering the floor, okay? Look like somebody over there is taking dibs on Miss Thompson while you over here running your mouth, honey, okay? Which happened to be Colin. So when Duke Hastings, he walks into the room and all of the ladies is like, oh my God, girl, who is this man? Oh my God, man. Who is he? And not you, who's he? I even dig your man style, but I like your profile. So, you know, they all on him, all right? And then Lady Featherton see it, and she over there tell her girls like, y'all, the Duke of Hastings is here, girl. Y'all need to hurry up. Y'all need to hurry up and get over there before he gets his eyes on Miss Marina Thompson, honey. Go. So she rushes him with her daughters, trying to introduce them. And next thing you know, it was a swarm of ladies that came, and he looked so uncomfortable. He was like, oh my God, this is terrible, okay? I mean, I didn't really expect all of this was going to happen or whatever. Or did he? Okay, it seemed like, I guess he did, but that's what happened. So mind you, Daphne at the party can't really talk to nobody, can't really do nothing because her brother is on her ass. Okay, so she's like, listen, I'm parched, honey. And he was like, well, I'll go get you something to drink. Let me fetch it. And she was like, oh honey, don't, I got it, you good, okay? Let me go, I got it. So she goes to get her own drink, honey, sipping on her a little something. Next thing you know, Nigel Burbrook walks over to her. Now, Nigel Burbrook is an older man. He's giving me somewhere probably in his 30s, late 30s. So I don't know. He's just older than her, way older than her. So he comes over to try and chat with her and give her small talk or whatever and tell her that, girl, you know, you always impressed me, honey. You always impressed me since I was in grade school. Not grade school. He said since I was a schoolboy. That's what he said. He was like, you've always made an impression on me since I was a schoolboy. She was like, oh, okay. And I was every bit of 5 years old. And she made an impression of you when you was a schoolboy. Okay. All right. So she's just like, oh, honey, he mentioned some type of offer to her or whatever, like the offer is accepted. She's like, honey, what is you talking about? So he thinks that they're supposed to be together. She was like, oh, honey, I gotta go. This is cute, but I gotta go. I gotta get over here. My brother's waiting. So she runs, trying to get away. He's like, Daphne, Lady Bridgerton, he's really trying to get to her. And next thing you know, she ends up bumping into the Duke, okay? Duke of Hastings. She ends up bumping into him, all right? And instead of him moving and going about his business, she bumped into him. He felt the way about it, but he still stayed there, okay? He thought she did it on purpose. She looking behind her saying that Burbrook is on her arse, honey. And so she tells him, she asks, you know, the Duke, like, what is your name? And he's just like, girl, don't act like you don't know me, honey. I'm that nigga, period. Like, don't even come over here and flex like you don't know me. You don't know who I am. She's like, sir, like, it ain't even what you think it is. I just need you to tell me what your name is. That's what I'm trying to find out. And I think she wanted his name because she wanted to be able to probably start a conversation, a formal conversation, and act like she knew him before Burbrook got over there. She was trying to set this plan up. Well, next thing you know, her brother sees him as he's like, Bassett. And I'm like, why he call him Bassett? I never really knew the correlation with that. And so Duke responded to him and called him, you know, Bridgerton or whatever he called him, and they hugged each other, linked up or whatever. And the sister's like, what the fuck? You know, like, you know this man? Oh, that's your name? Bassett or whatever? Come to find out, they are really, really close friends. And they've been friends all the way back when they were schoolboys or they went off to college or whatever together. So yeah, that's how they know each other. He was like, I see you met my sister. And the sister happens to be Daphne, and she's like, such and such. He's like, sister. So, yeah, next thing you know, Anthony hurried up, grabbed her, and walked off. But he's not really threatened by the presence of Duke because he feels as though Duke he knows Duke does not want to get married at all. So he's not a threat to Anthony or anything. So he's just like, okay, come on, sister, let's go, you know. But sister went ahead and gave that little look back, like, oh, is he looking, honey? Okay, he is. All right, cool. So she goes by her business with her brother. Now, when they were leaving, her mama wanted her to dance with Lord Weatherby, but he stopped it because he didn't want that to happen. Like, girl, just let them come to you. Like, I already know how this works. I'm a man, girl. You ain't got to do that. Like, leave them wanting. So I just felt the way about that. Like, why are you so heavily in control of her life? Where your wife at? You the oldest. Why you ain't got no wife? Why you ain't got no family? What's going on with you? Sir, you doing too much. So the mama takes him up on his offer. And she's just like, you're right. And they leave. The next day, she has quite a few offers come her way. Okay? But the brother is on there as if, I guess, they not good enough or something, or he just don't want his sister to get married. It was some weird SHI. And so pretty much everybody left. She ain't had no suitor, but what was going on over there at Miss Marina's house, honey, she didn't find a suitor yet. But when I tell you, men was bringing all kind of presents, animals, everything. They was like, girl, we is on you. We is on you, okay? Getting down on one knee, having a conversation. You got little Miss Penelope on the floor, sick to death, okay, feeling all kind of ways because the man that she wants, which is calling Bridgerton, he's over there all up in Miss Marina Thompson's face, all in her cousin's face, and she's sick about it, honey. Okay, even her mama is pressed because her daughters ain't getting nothing. She thought somebody was coming there for her daughters, but they all came there for Miss Marina Thompson, okay? It was nothing there for her daughters. They were not featuring them, okay? So her and her little friend walking past the room or whatever, and the lady was like, well, you know, you can always send her back to where she came from. And then she said, girl, my husband will not be having it. He will not let me send that girl back. So we just got to deal however we deal. Let's move on. And because Daphne, she had a few suitors. She didn't have a whole lot like Miss Marina. Lady Whistledown ended up writing and saying that, girl, Daphne ain't got the juice like that. Okay, Daphne, girl, you not it. You are not it, honey. So it looks like Miss Marina is the one that y'all need to be looking out for. But you know, the queen don't like this at all because the queen has already put her stamp on Daphne. So the queen do not like to be wrong at all. So she's pressed about that. Now, once her brother done scared everybody off, Anthony decided he finna go on by his day. He got some errands he need to run. And then next thing you know, soon as he leaves, who arrives? Burbrook. And I'm over here like, sir, why is it that all of the great qualifiable people that are there, you run them off, but then you see this nugget and he comes and you know where to be found, like ever? I can't take it. She not interested at all. He comes, he sits down talking to her. He wants to marry her. She's like, oh, I would never marry you. It ain't nothing like that. Like, honey, but you just think that you ain't that guy for me. I may not have the juice, but you ain't got nothing. You don't even have water for me, sir. So I'm not gonna do this with you, sir. I'm not gonna be marrying you. You can go ahead and go about your business because it ain't gonna be that. But then the man came back by her house another day, okay, trying to pursue this girl, and she is sick about it. So the Bridgertons go to an opera. Okay, Lady Bridgerton and Daphne, they go to the opera, and then Lady Danbury sees them, and she's like, well, girl, I want to invite y'all to come sit up in my box, okay? So when she, now mind you, Lady Danbury was watching the interaction between Daphne and the Duke. So she feels as though it could potentially be some like chemistry there or whatever. So then, okay, she tells the mama like, girl, we got to figure out a way to get them together. Like they gonna have to be together. So like, we gonna have to put them in the same place, same time. And girl, I want to tell you that he likes gooseberry pie. So the mama was like, okay then girl, let me invite him over. So the mom invites the Duke over to her house. And he and Daphne, ironically, are sitting right next to each other. All right, everybody having a good time around the table, but he and Daphne begin to engage in conversation because he said something about her being displeased or whatever, but how the conversation ended was her saying that she's not interested in him and he's not interested in her. But the whole time you got Anthony watching the interaction. Then he motioned it to his brother, like interrupt that over there. And I just felt the way. So when his brother went interrupted, he interrupted it by saying, oh, Duke, I'm so glad you came to visit us or whatever. And the Duke pretty much said, honey, yeah, I ain't had no choice because obviously your mama sent the invitation and Lady Danbury accepted it on my behalf. So, you know, her brother was feeling a way about that. Like, dang, mama, that's what we doing? So you going behind my back and you securing somebody for her? Like, I see what you're doing. You securing him to come over to the house so he and my sister could interact and possibly go off and be married. But Anthony is disguising the reason he doesn't want her to be connected to the Duke is, or even try and make a connection, is because he knows he does not want marriage. And I just feel like it probably was deeper than that. I feel like it's bigger than that or something, like, I guess, because you don't want her to be married either. Every person that comes to her, and you know this is her season, she wants to get married in the first round, and you over here stopping all of that. Okay, so after dinner, the mama and him having a conversation. During the conversation, he tells his mama, like, girl, I don't know what matchmaking you doing, honey, but it's not gonna work. Okay, it's just not gonna work at all. You could cut it out. Telling her, like, girl, you done overstepped your boundaries and all this stuff. You really need to calm down. And she's like, overstep my boundaries, honey. I know you ain't talking. You so busy over here focused on your sister, but what's going on with your life? She checked him about, you know, you over there smashing down some opera girl on the other side of town. You think I don't know too much about it, and you over there paying her apartment bills. You over there paying her rent and stuff, okay? And then you over here want to sit and you want to talk about responsibility, and you want to sit in the place of your father, and you ain't even making the proper choices for this household, this family, and your sister. Had your daddy been here, that girl would have been married. Let's be very clear about that. He would have did what he needed to do, okay? He would have sold some items in his house. He would have sold some animals, and he probably would have sold your mother to make sure that girl was happy. Okay, so you're not gonna come in my house, sit down, and try and tell me this, that, and the other. Where's your wife? Why you ain't married? Why you ain't got no kids? Okay. Oh, okay. I see what it is, because you so pressed on the fact that you got 2 other brothers that can go out here, or however many other brothers that can go out here, get married, and have children, and you ain't gotta do it. Okay, so you hide behind them. Okay, but you're not gonna come in here and try and tell me this, that, and the other, and you ain't even doing your part as a quote unquote leader. Now, which one are you? Okay, are you gonna be in the place of a father, or are you gonna be a brother? Well, you need to pick and choose, because you over here looking like a mother fool. And I was over here like, girl, read him down. Read him down. Read him. Okay? And you ain't gotta do all that. You could be the man of the house somewhat and go have your own family, or go have your own family. But this lady got 3 other kids. All right, 3 other male children that can stand in that place once you go off and leave. All right, so why you holding your family hostage because you got issues with wanting to be married? You better get the fuck out of here. Okay, I don't know. So then after this conversation, Anthony decided to go over to the Sienna house, girl. He done smashed her again, and then told her that they can't be together. And she was like, what? I thought you said you'll always protect me. He was like, yeah, I will, but I can't be with you though. Okay, and she was like, well, what else I'm supposed to do? He said, I think you need to go. And I was like, wait a minute, is he at this lady's house? And then he done told this lady she need to go. So he done put her out the house that he paying for. Ooh, what is happening here? Okay. It was a mess. So it's the Foxhall celebration, all right? So they at this really nice celebration. You see Penn Featherington. She sees her boo Colin Bridgerton. He comes over. She think he finna ask her about herself. But he like, girl, listen, I ain't coming for this small talk. I need to know what's going on with Miss Marina. She was like, oh, she's still sick. You know, so my mama is holding her up for a minute, you know, until she feels better or whatever. So then we meet the mean girl. I can't think of the mean blonde girl's name. It's Miss Cowpower, Miss Cowpree, Miss Coper, whatever, Miss C. Okay, she called Lady C come over. And, you know, she's eyeing Colin. And then she just gets real rude and dumps her drink all over Miss Penelope. Okay, and she wanted to have a dance with Colin, and Colin said, girl, after seeing that disrespect, I can't dance with you. So he takes Penelope to the floor. They dance, but mind you, Penelope is thinking that it's more than what it is because she really likes Colin. But Colin is like, I'm just trying to be nice because, oh, girl tried to play you, right? Meanwhile, you see Anthony and his sister coming to the event, the Foxhall celebration or whatever, and he tells her, now mind you, also the Duke came there, and he was sworn by a bunch of ladies yet again, and he don't really like that interaction. So he tells her, because after hearing that conversation from his mom, it's like, okay, my sister ain't got no other suitors but Burbrook. I know she really wants to be married right now, okay? I heard what she said about me and my issues with this girl that's over here that doesn't really fit our lifestyle, so I can't marry her or whatever. So I just broke up with her. So after that conversation with the mom, he broke up with Sienna, and then now he's trying to do right by his sister by saying, oh, you know, I found you a candidate, which is Burbrook. He's qualified. I looked into them. He has a long lineage of this, that, and other. Basically, he got money or whatever he was trying to say. And she looking like, what? Like, she was so opposed to this, didn't want to marry him. And then the brother pissed me off so much because the brother went from pushing all of these men away to finding a candidate for her and then forcing her hand as if she gotta marry. And I don't like that. And I was like, dang, I hate that they were even in a position back then to where they had to, like, not had to, they never had a choice on who it is they get to marry. Like, what kind of SHI is that? I just think that was so whack. So he's like trying to force that on her. So she's so pissed off, right? So when everybody goes to the dance floor, you got Duke Hastings that goes off into the garden to mind his business, to get away from people, okay? He only showed up because of Lady Danbury. Then you got old girl Daphne that ran to the garden. She over there crying. She's upset. She's mad. She's pissed because she feels like she's hopeless. She can't get out of this. Then you see Nigel Burbrook coming down, honey. She's like, Nigel, not right now, girl. Not right now. I can't deal with you right now. And then he's like, honey, girl, I just want to, you know what I'm saying, check on you. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be my wife, girl, we got to be on the same page. She was like, honey, I will never marry you. That's what you got me fucked up, okay? It will never happen. He was like, girl, don't act like that, honey. You need to be thanking me, okay? Because I'm the only suitor that you got out here in these streets, okay? So then he goes over and starts grabbing on her. And she was like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? He was like, I'm doing what I should have done a long time ago or whatever. So to me, what I took that as, he was preparing to assault her, okay, in a fashion. So when he heard, when Duke Hastings wasn't far, he was only a few feet away. When he heard the rumble of what was about to happen, he runs, but it was too late because Daphne decked the hell out of him. He fell out on the ground, okay? So, Burbrook is still stuck on Daphne, wants her to be his wife or whatever. So, Duke and Daphne began to talk about her issues, and she was like, I guess I'm forced to marry him. Oh my God, what is people gonna think if I'm out here in a garden with two men? They're gonna think that I'm out here being scandalous, pretty much, or whatever. She was like, but them calling me scandalous is probably way better than me marrying this fool. And then Duke is like, girl, I know you ain't thinking about marrying this nigga. You can't be. You can't be thinking about marrying this mother. And then she was like, well, I ain't got no other choice. You know what I'm saying? Unless another suitor or somebody come along, I ain't got no choice. So then Duke comes up with this plan because, mind you, Lady Whistledown has wrote in her a paper about negatively about Duke and negatively about Daphne. So right now, Duke is pressed about Lady Whistledown and what she had to say about him. So he said, girl, listen, I think we can fix our problems together. How about we go in there, we pretend to be an idol, we pretend to have an attraction for each other, right? And you're going to get more guys that are going to be interested in you. So that's going to bring all of your suitors back to you because they're going to see that you're with me. And it's going to get all of the other ladies off my back. Okay, so how about we partner up, we do that, and that's what it is. So honey, she accepted the offer. They go out on the dance floor together. Everybody is in awe, like, oh, wow. Okay, because my job, the queen chose her and said she was going to be the girl that was going to get married. Next thing you know, Lady Whistledown said, oh, girl, that don't look like that's going to happen this round, honey. I don't know what you talking about. And then she comes back out with this man, and it's like, what? Not only is she likely to get married or whatever, but she done pulled a Duke. That's interesting. We never thought we would even see him linked or attached to somebody. So that's major. Everybody's looking around. They're in awe. He got her up there, having her look in his eyes, and they just danced the night away. And it was cute. So I thoroughly enjoyed it. You know, that first episode was enough for me to go over to the second episode. Okay? And it just carried on from there. All right? But this is the review. I'm not even sure how long this review is, but I hope that it's a great review. I would like to hear you guys' thoughts about the entire show, the thoughts on the episode number 1, and your thoughts about this review. Okay, so don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos, and I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.